Today we're exposing the 20 slot machines that casinos absolutely hate seeing players sit down at. These aren't theories. These are real games with real payout patterns that quietly chip away at casino profits every single day. If you want to stop wasting money and finally understand which machines actually give you a fighting chance, this list is where it all begins. Machine number 1, Dragon Link. Dragon Link is the one slot Vegas casinos absolutely can't stand. But they're forced to keep it on the floor because players hunt for it non-stop. It's everywhere, always taken, always paying just enough to keep people glued to their seats. With an RTP around 95%, Dragon Link gives steady, frequent hits that let players stretch a small bankroll for hours. A nightmare for casino profits. Dealers still talk about the grandma in the Venetian who played 8 hours straight and cashed out $47,000. Leaving the casino with practically nothing. The real problem is the hold and spin feature. Once those glowing orbs start landing, players know they're about to collect prize after prize. The bonus sticks, retriggers, and builds momentum. Exactly the kind of long, value-heavy round casinos hate. And because Dragon Link is now a must-play machine, casinos can't hide it or remove it. People literally walk around looking specifically for it. That's why Dragon Link sits at the top. The slot casinos regret ever allowing, but can't afford to get rid of. Machine number 2. Blazing Sevens. Blazing Sevens looks simple. 3 reels, burning sevens, old-school sounds. But don't let the retro vibe fool you. This machine is one of the few classics that still hits hard enough to make casino managers nervous. With an RTP close to 95%, it pays out far more consistently than most modern video slots. The Flaming Sevens can deliver massive 1,000 times wins, and they show up often enough that older players swear by this machine. Casinos have tried updating it with touchscreen versions to tighten the math, but complaints were so loud they had to restore the original setup. When a machine is this beloved, you don't mess with it. What terrifies casinos is how honest Blazing Sevens is. There's no complicated bonus, no hidden mechanics, nothing to disguise the payout pattern. What you spin is what you get. And what you get is real value. A $20 bill can turn into $2,000 in one lucky burst, and that happens more often than casino accountants are comfortable admitting. You'll still find Blazing Sevens at MGM Grand, Caesars Palace, and a handful of downtown casinos. They keep it around because people expect it. But every time those burning sevens line up, the house feels it. A simple machine, a loyal fan base, and a payout profile that hits harder than its old-school design suggests. Machine number 3, Quick Hit Platinum. Quick Hit Platinum looks like a simple old-school slot, but it hits far more often than casinos would like. With an RTP around 94%, this machine delivers steady small wins and frequent medium payouts, letting players stretch a single bill into long, low-cost sessions. And long sessions mean less profit for the house. The real issue is the stacking quick-hit symbols. When they start landing across the reels, players know a jackpot tease is coming, and sometimes it pays big. The progressive pots climb quickly and hit more often than casino analysts prefer, which makes these machines a constant monitoring headache. Then there's the bonus round. Up to 20 free spins with multipliers. It's one of the rare bonuses that actually feels rewarding, not like a tease. Players can turn a cold session around instantly, which is exactly the kind of volatility casinos want to avoid. Quick Hit Platinum is still everywhere. MGM Grand, Caesars, Harrah's, because removing it would cause outrage. But every time those shiny logos stack, the casino feels the pressure. Machine number 4. Buffalo Gold. Buffalo Gold is one of the most dangerous penny slots for casinos, simply because it pays far more consistently than it should. With an RTP around 95.5%, players stay in the game longer, win more often, and walk away happier, all of which cut into the house edge. The real threat is the gold buffalo head mechanic. Each head upgrades symbols, and once enough upgrades hit, the bonus round can explode into massive payouts. A $1.20 spin can suddenly turn into hundreds or thousands thanks to those two X and 3X multipliers stacking unpredictably. Casinos have tried adjusting floor placement to reduce losses, but it doesn't matter. People hunt for Buffalo Gold. It's iconic. And when someone triggers the free spins and hits a streak of retriggers, casino managers know they're about to watch another painful bonus play out. Players love the long sessions and exciting bonuses. Casinos tolerate it only because removing it would cause chaos. But make no mistake, Buffalo Gold is a slow bleed on casino margins every single day. Machine number 5. Lightning Link. Lightning Link is the slot that completely changed Vegas gameplay, and not in the casino's favor. With an RTP in the 94 to 95% range, it hits small, steady wins often enough to keep players locked in for long sessions, which drains casino profit far more than most modern titles. The real problem is the hold-and-spin mechanic Lightning Link helped popularize. When 6 or more orbs land, the reels shift into a high adrenaline bonus, where every new orb resets the counter. Players can build prize after prize, and when a major or grand symbol sneaks in, the casino feels the impact instantly. What casinos hate most? Lightning Link pays just enough in the base game to keep players alive until the bonus arrives. And once it hits, the machine can spill out big wins that look completely disproportionate to the bet size. It's the perfect storm. Long sessions, frequent bonuses, and progressives that drop more often than analysts would prefer. Casinos keep massive banks of Lightning Link machines because they attract traffic, but floor managers privately admit it's one of their lowest margin titles. Players love it. Casinos endure it, and every glowing orb that lands is another reminder of why Lightning Link remains a thorn in the house's side. Machine number 6. Wheel of Fortune, Triple Gold. Wheel of Fortune. Triple Gold is one of the few classic-style slots that still makes casinos nervous. With versions offering close to 96% RTP, it pays far more generously than most branded machines. Players love it because it's simple. 3 reels, clean multipliers, and a bonus wheel that actually delivers. What the house hates is how often this machine surprises them. Triple multipliers can stack into huge hits even at small bets, and the progressive jackpots have a habit of dropping in clusters. One week at the Bellagio, Triple Gold paid 3 jackpots, triggering a full internal check. Everything was legitimate, and that scared management even more. Casinos can't hide it. The sound of the wheel attracts players instantly. It's too iconic and too consistent to remove, even though every spin has the potential to punch a hole in the casino's margins. Machine number 7. Rich Little Piggies. Rich Little Piggies looks cute and harmless, but casinos know better. This machine quietly drains their margins. With an RTP around 94.8%, it hits far more often than its playful graphics suggest. The bonus jars fill quickly, and once they pop, players get a burst of free spins, multipliers, and stacked symbols that can snowball into surprisingly big payouts. Casinos, especially, hate how frequent the bonuses feel. Even low-bet players can unlock long free spin rounds that stretch a session way longer than the house wants. During big holidays like Chinese New Year, this machine becomes a magnet, and casinos practically give up trying to tighten losses because demand skyrockets. The deceptive part is the theme. The cartoon pigs make it look like a light penny slot, but the math behind it is player-friendly and surprisingly volatile. Skilled players know exactly why these machines stay busy. It's a slow bleed for casinos. Small hits, steady bonuses, and loyal fans who keep coming back for just one more jar. Machine number 8. Stinkin' Rich. Stinkin' Rich might look like a goofy, light-hearted slot, but casinos know it's one of the most dangerous old-school titles still on the floor. With up to 100 pay lines and an RTP around 94%, this machine fires off payouts far more often than its silly theme suggests. The real problem for casinos is the Keys to Riches bonus. When it triggers, players can win massive free spin packages, sometimes hundreds of spins in one go. Those marathon-style bonuses can drain casino margins fast, especially when multipliers start stacking on top of regular line hits. Then there's the Trash for Cash feature, which can drop surprise instant wins up to 5 times. Even small bets can explode into big payouts, and that unpredictability is exactly why casino managers prefer to keep this machine tucked into corners. Despite its cartoonish style, seasoned players hunt for stinkin' rich because they know its bonuses actually pay. It's a slot that quietly hits harder than the house would like, and Vegas hasn't figured out how to retire it without upsetting loyal regulars. Machine number 9, Planet Moola. Planet Moola may look like a joke. Cartoon cows, goofy aliens, bright colors. But casinos know this machine is anything but harmless. With its cascading reels and solid RTP, players can sit here for ages on the same $100, chaining win after win, thanks to back-to-back cascades that don't cost extra spins. The issue for casinos is simple. This game just doesn't burn bankroll fast enough. Every winning cascade triggers another drop for free, and sometimes those chains stretch into 8, 10, or even 12 consecutive payouts. That's money the casino isn't getting back. Planet Moola also has a bonus that's far more generous than its silly presentation suggests. Once players enter the invasion feature, they often walk away with solid wins, enough to make casinos quietly rethink where they place these machines. Locals especially love Planet Moola, and downtown casinos keep it because it reliably brings foot traffic. But behind the scenes, managers know the truth. This goofy, alien-themed slot is a slow, steady leak in the house edge. Machine number 10. Raiken Bacon Link. Raiken Bacon Link may look silly, a rocket pig blasting across the screen, but casinos know this machine is more dangerous than it appears. With an RTP near 95.5% and strong base game payouts, players stay in the action far longer than the house prefers. The biggest headache is the Rocket Pots feature. When it activates, players get a real shot at multiple progressives, and skilled gamblers quickly realized this machine's math leans in their favor. During its debut at the Cosmopolitan, staff reportedly had to slow down high roller betting because the payouts were hitting too often. The wild part is the ultra spins mechanic. Sudden bursts of wilds or multipliers that drop without warning and can flip a session instantly. For players, it's thrilling. For casino analysts, it's a volatility spike they hate tracking. Loud, flashy, unpredictable. Raiken Bacon Link is a fan magnet and a quiet profit leak for the house. Machine number 11, Cleopatra. Cleopatra is one of the longest-running slot legends in Vegas, and one of the few classics casinos still wish players would forget. With an RTP a little over 95%, this machine delivers steady payouts and a bonus round that hits much harder than modern slots typically allow. The danger is the famous 15 free spins with 3x multipliers. When players trigger that bonus, especially with retriggers, even a small bet can explode into a huge win. Floor managers openly admit they've tried reducing the number of Cleopatra units, but every attempt brought a wave of complaints. When they moved them to a quieter area once, overall floor traffic reportedly dropped. Players love Cleopatra because it's simple and fair. No gimmicks, no hidden mechanics, just clean line hits and bonuses that feel genuinely rewarding. And that trust keeps people coming back daily. Casinos can't retire it, can't hide it, and can't tighten it enough without risking backlash. Cleopatra might be old, but it still hits hard enough to make the house sweat. Machine number 12. Wheel of Fortune. Original. The original Wheel of Fortune slot is the one machine casinos cannot escape. It's loud, iconic, instantly recognizable, and far more generous than modern branded slots. With an RTP floating around 94 to 95%, it dishes out steady mid-tier wins and bonus wheel hits that actually matter. What casinos hate most? You can't hide it. The moment that wheel spins, the whole floor hears it. Players flock over, seats fill instantly, and the machine keeps paying often enough for people to camp on it for hours. Slot directors openly admit the machine barely breaks even. The surrounding area makes more money than the machine itself. The simplicity is its secret weapon. 3 reels, a clean bonus trigger, and a wheel feature that doesn't feel rigged. Players trust it because it's been delivering real payouts since the 90s. And trust is the last thing casinos want on their slot floors. It's a classic they would love to retire. But they tried. Players complained loudly. So it stays, still spinning, still paying, still stressing casino accountants. Machine number 13, Lobster Mania. Lobster Mania is one of those deceptively cheerful machines that casinos wish players would forget about. But the opposite keeps happening. Behind the goofy theme and bright beach graphics is an RTP that consistently outperforms similar character slots, and that's exactly why the regulars hunt it down. The famous lobster trap bonus is where things get dangerous for the house. Simple pick-and-win mechanics, but surprisingly generous payouts that can stack fast when the right traps pop. The machine built its reputation on reliability. Not huge jackpots, but steady, repeatable wins that stretch bankrolls far longer than casinos prefer. That's why Lobster Mania has survived on floors for over a decade, while dozens of newer themed machines quietly disappeared. Its secret weapon? Consistency. It doesn't rely on flashy animations or complicated features. It just pays fairly, and players know it. You'll find it tucked into older sections of downtown and strip casinos, spots where management hopes only nostalgic players will look. But veterans always find their way back to Lucky Larry. And the casinos know it. Machine number 14. 88 Fortunes. 88 Fortunes is one of the most deceptively dangerous machines for the casino, not the player. On the surface, it's just another flashy Asian-themed penny slot. But dig into the math, and you'll see why managers grit their teeth every time someone sits down. With an RTP hovering around 96% and the powerful all-up feature increasing gold symbols for better jackpots, the value here punches way above its weight. The real casino killer is the Fubat Jackpot Pick bonus. It can trigger at random, and when it does, players get a real shot at 4 progressive jackpots, including a grand that regularly climbs past 5 figures. Combine that with 243 ways to win and frequent bonus triggers, and players end up staying in profit longer than casinos are comfortable with. This is one of the rare machines loved equally by penny players and high rollers, and that loyalty costs casinos millions. That's why 88 Fortunes remains everywhere, even though every floor manager secretly wishes they could tighten it or remove it. Machine number 15. Dancing Drums Prosperity. Dancing Drums Prosperity is one of the rare games that casinos love to advertise but secretly fear. Why? Because this machine gives players something casinos hate most: control. The free games feature lets you choose volatility, meaning experienced players can steer the bonus toward safer wins or high-risk, high-reward setups. And when those drums finally crack open, the bonus can snowball into payout chains that floor managers absolutely dread. The Foo Baby's jackpot feature is the real wild card. It triggers randomly, but when it hits, players get a genuine shot at 4 progressive jackpots, including one that regularly climbs into 5-figure territory. Add in expanding reels, and 243 ways to win that can transform into 7,776 lines. And you've got a machine capable of turning modest bets into frighteningly large hits. Casinos keep dancing drums on the floor only because players would revolt if it disappeared. This machine builds loyalty, delivers real value, and keeps bankrolls alive longer than casinos are comfortable admitting. It looks elegant, it sounds festive, but for the house, it's a slow, steady bleed. Machine number 16. Huff and More Puff. Huff and More Puff looks playful on the surface, but it's one of the most dangerous machines for casino profit margins. The upgraded Buzzsaw Wilds can instantly cut through reels and guarantee wins. And when the feature chains together, payouts jump fast. Way faster than floor managers want during weekend rush hours. The sequel took everything players loved in the original and amplified it, which is exactly why casinos try to keep it away from main walkways. The tiered wheel bonus is where the real damage happens. Land the right slice, and you're suddenly in high-paying mansions with boosted prizes that can drop 4- and 5-figure hits out of nowhere. Casinos tried offering loyalty boosts on this machine, but quickly killed the promo once they realized players were bleeding it dry. Veterans know, if you catch Huff and More Puff in the right cycle, it can turn a small bankroll into a run the casino absolutely did not budget for. Machine number 17, Megabucks. Megabucks is the machine that gives casino executives real anxiety. Every property on the strip keeps it on the floor because it attracts dream chasers. But the price for those dreams is brutal. The jackpot climbs into the tens of millions, and when it finally hits, the payout can wipe out weeks of casino profit in a single moment. It's the only slot in Vegas where managers have been known to hover nearby just to watch the progressive total. The base RTP is low, sure, but Megabucks is dangerous because of the jackpot, not despite it. Once the prize passes a certain threshold, players swarm the machine and the casino can't stop them, and every spin brings the risk of a life-changing payout that the house isn't ready for. The most infamous example? A quiet Sunday morning where a tourist hit a $39.7 million jackpot, and the property's finance office reportedly went silent for hours. You'll find Megabucks everywhere, not because casinos want it, but because Vegas wouldn't be Vegas without the machine that can bankrupt the house and make someone a legend. Machine number 18. Big Hot Flaming Pots. Big Hot Flaming Pots is one of those machines casinos regret approving the moment players discover its potential. The Hot Pot feature can randomly ignite and turn multiple reels wild during regular play, not even in a bonus round. That alone makes this machine far more volatile than casinos prefer. When all 5 reels light up, line hits explode across every pay line, and supervisors suddenly start watching the screen a lot more closely. The kicker is the progressive pick bonus. It triggers often, and players get a real shot at one of 4 jackpots. Even the minor and mini pots climb fast on busy nights. The Asian-themed visuals pull players in, but it's the unexpected wild waves and those random pot triggers that keep them glued to the chair and slowly cut into casino margins. Big Hot Flaming Pots isn't just flashy, it's quietly one of the most player-favored games lurking on the floor. Machine number 19. Magnificent 7. Magnificent 7 is the kind of machine casinos treat like a necessary evil. With an RTP pushing past 97% at certain properties, it's basically returning nearly every dollar players put into it. Circus famously kept a few units running because they needed something, anything, to attract budget-conscious players. Instead, they accidentally created a cult hit that locals still hunt for. This simple 3-reel design doesn't hide behind modern gimmicks. The payouts are transparent, the volatility is friendly, and the bonus game can deliver shockingly consistent returns. Short sessions often turn into long ones because players can stretch a $20 bill far longer than casinos anticipate. Magnificent 7 doesn't promise insane jackpots. It promises fairness. And in today's casino economy, that alone makes it dangerous. Machine number 20. Triple Diamond. Triple Diamond is one of those machines casinos wish players would finally forget, but it refuses to die. With its old-school 3-reel setup and a clean 9-pay line layout, the game is brutally simple, and that's exactly the problem for the house. There's nothing to hide behind. No flashy animations. No overcomplicated bonus gimmicks. Just pure volatility and multipliers that hit harder than casinos like to admit. The triple diamond symbol acts as a wild and a multiplier, stacking up to 9 times on a single line. When it lands twice, even a small bet can explode into a payout that stops nearby players in their tracks. Regulars know this machine is honest. Steady hit frequency, straightforward math, and enough random pops of big wins to keep bankrolls alive far longer than newer video slots. Casinos keep Triple Diamond tucked alongside walls and in quieter aisles, hoping modern players ignore it. But seasoned gamblers still track it down, because unlike most machines today, Triple Diamond doesn't pretend. It actually pays. And that's the full rundown. The machines casinos wish you'd ignore, but players keep winning on. If this breakdown saved you money or opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who gambles. Play smart, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.